Right, ready to upgrade the workbench to tier 2. And that's now done. Should be able to make stuff for it make stuff with it faster. And have access to a few new crafting stations and such. Alright, 2 more iron pickaxes. I need a lot more. My iron ended up being mostly used for this. But I still don't know how to make a bucket and move water. Hang on a fucking second. There we go. Just used all of my remaining armor for 2 new picks. I'm sorry, all my remaining iron for 2 new picks. Anything suspicious on the map that I haven't checked out yet? A lot, actually. Quite a few things. A lot of it rather far from home. What looks to be a massive skeleton over there that's probably being used as an enemy base. That's probably one as well. Ooh, we got turkey over here. That'll make for some good meat. Huh. Water physics are a little slow to update. Sure, that's something they'll be working on. Okay, found that set of ruins around the bend on the river. The remains of a military outpost, maybe?
Oh, hello there!
Yeah, definitely the remains of a military outpost, with remains being an operating word in that. Not fucking with that, not till I've got a full set of iron equipment. Alright, let's check out this graveyard now that I'm better equipped. There, that was easy. Oh. This is a dungeon entrance. That's what's going on here. Okay, got 2 buckets now. I can get water. Okay, the water physics are clearly not the same as Minecraft. That's something they need to work on that. But, I don't know, it shouldn't be too difficult for them to fix up. They've worked with it countless times before when they were just Minecraft modders. Well, they definitely weren't just Minecraft modders, they were among the best. That is a huge ice wall, and there's a massive polar bear on top of it. Okay. It looks like I have found the border to the next part of the world. Frost March Tundra. Yeah. Okay. That was... Huh. I guess there is a pretty clear divider you can see there on the map, huh? Wonder what's up with this space over here, then. I'll have to check that out soon. Looks like there's a frozen cave there. And I found a new kind of stone. Looks like we got shale. I guess the material types change up pretty drastically once you get into Zone 2. I expected it to be a bit further away. Well, while I'm out here resource gathering, I might as well get to, the next thing I kinda wanted to do differently with this gameplay series. This is a very grinding-heavy, long-term game with not too much to comment on through a lot of it. So I wanted to try and use that time to maybe help you guys know me a little better, start some interesting conversations. So I guess this game will sort of double as almost a podcast segment. That does also mean that I might need a little help coming up with topics for it as we go. So if you guys have any particular questions for me, then, you know, feel free to throw them at me in the comments section, and we'll see if there's any that pop up that I'm particularly driven to answer. In the meantime, though, I guess I should start off with kind of my history with games like this. Those of you who've been sticking around with the channel for a long time, or gone back to see my backlog of earlier videos, you know that one of the first series I did for this channel was a full playthrough of Terraria, where I went out of my way to build an entire city in every biome, and personalized homes for every NPC. That was plenty of fun. At the time, I'd already played Terraria quite a few times. I had a good deal of experience with it, but I felt like the building aspect of it, challenging myself to do something new with the building, would make for some interesting content for the channel. And considering how popular those episodes were, I'd say I was correct about that. And when it comes to Minecraft, you know, there's no NPCs with personalities and such in it, so there's definitely limits to that sort of thing I can do. But I have always had a habit of starting up new worlds in Minecraft and challenging myself to build something that came to mind. Really branching out and going wild with it whenever I could. And the results varied, really. There were definitely projects that could have gone a lot better than they did. Some that I kind of regretted starting. Some that, well, some that did turn out pretty great, but I kind of, in the end, wished that I hadn't bothered, for many reasons, most importantly being just a general inability to finish them in the end because of updates, mod conflicts, world corruption. That sort of thing happened a lot. There were quite a few worlds that I ended up having to abandon because the game just failed on me and I could never reopen them. And that always hurt. That always sucked. But I never really gave up on it. My start with Minecraft was interesting. Because what started me off was... my first exposure to it was actually through that pirated Minecraft website ages ago, if any of you remember that. The one where a hacker basically uploaded the entire game to a website where you could play it in browser for free. Sure, there's quite a few people who have some fond memories of that. I started playing on that back in the very early beta, and I never really stopped. Although, funny story for those of you who don't know anything about that beta, or about the hacked website, never played it, never saw it. It survived for a surprisingly long time. And the only reason it shut down was because Notch, once he found out about it, decided to try and be fair and challenged the owner of the site to a competitive match in Counter-Strike. If he won, then the site would be shut down without issue. In the end, of course, Notch won. And as such, he did indeed close it without complaint, surprisingly enough. But just the fact that the fate of such a thing was gambled on a game of Counter-Strike. Notch may not be the best guy, he's kind of a piece of shit, but you gotta respect the hustle there, being that confident in his skills as a Counter-Strike player to know that he would win that. Hey, if you're this far in the video, maybe consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing to the channel. And if you really want to help me out, consider following the link below to check out my book. I also do commissions, so feel free to contact me for that over any of my socials. Now, I'll let you get back to the video. So anyway, yeah, I've been playing Minecraft for many, many years. And admittedly, over time the game has gotten a little old, even with mods keeping it reinvigorated. Largely because a lot of newer mods that drop for it, I can't really bring myself to play because they are overly complicated. All the tech-based mods that take forever to make progress and overcomplicate what should be really simple things. Can't really bring myself to touch those. What I always went for was the cosmetic ones. If you've seen my Terraria playthrough, you would understand that I've always been a creative builder in these types of games. I just love to see what kind of beautiful landscapes and just largely homes I can build, but I have branched out and tried to do more advanced things on occasion. There was one point where I tried to make an entire theme park in Minecraft. Back on 1.12, using a mod that gave you the ability to make some very functional, very realistic roller coasters. Not limited to block spaces, but following full curves, and it was just a really versatile mod. But it was one that got abandoned by its owner and never got updated after that. It ended up stuck on 1.12 and never went anywhere. As such, it kind of became an abandonware mod that nobody really had the skill to pick back up and remake and modernize. There's definitely been a lot of great Minecraft mods that have been abandoned and then end up picked up by new developers who decide they want to take a crack at it. Ah! Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. You know, I really respect mod developers that pick up other people's abandoned projects and reinvigorate them like that. But, sadly, nobody ever really had the chops to do that with this roller coaster mod. There's a guy out of China on Twitter who's been trying to fix it. It was originally a Chinese mod to begin with, actually. But there's another guy in China who's been trying, supposedly, to remake it and get it running again, but he never really made much progress on it, and it's been largely abandoned as far as I can tell. So here's to hoping somebody decides to make a similar mod for this. With how much more functional and versatile Hytale is compared to Minecraft. I can imagine such a mod would be much easier to make. There we go. Alright, need a new sword. Would be nice to upgrade to iron, but I don't have any iron right now, and the underground seems mostly safe, but going near where the iron is, there seems to be a lot more monster spawns, so gonna need that copper sword. Alright, let's try to finish this house. Alright, there we go. Very spacious second floor, fully constructed. Looking good. Roof is done. Everything's looking pretty nice. This game's field of view makes it look quite a bit bigger than it is. Once you get inside, really not quite as much room as you think. But it's definitely got all the room I need for now. Now I just need to make sure I get my hands on the last few resources I'm missing. Because I still have not been able to find any wool. Which seems off to me. Alright, so I did a bit of off-camera grinding. I now have a full set of iron armor, an iron sword, and I'm still using a copper shield because I didn't have enough for a shield. Also made some shears, so if I manage to find some sheep, well, I can finally get some wool. But I've still got a long ways to go with my progress in this, and I honestly think the next thing I do is going to be... Now, first I'm going to sleep off the night and prevent some of the more dangerous enemy spawns from becoming a problem. Thanks for watching, guys, and please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Envoy of Kairos for many more videos, ranging from gameplay to speed paints, my original Pokemon region, game concepts, and much more. And do try to remember the words of Kairos. Embrace every opportunity to better yourself and the world. You never know when a leap of faith will change your life for the better. See you again soon.